Hi there. We're continuing our progress through the book of Psalms, the Tehillim, the praises, and we're in Tehillim Mem. That's Hebrew letter for numeral 40, and this is superscribed Lam Natseach Mizmor David, which means to the chief musician. It's a mizmor, which is a musical composition, Davidic, according to David or of David. And so it's a very well-known opening here. It says, I waited patiently for the Lord, and he listened to me, he bent down to me. And he heard my cry. He lifted me up out of a terrible pit, and he set my feet upon a rock, and he established my way. He put a new song in my mouth. That's praise to my God. And because of this, many will see it and will be in awe of what God does. When God does amazing things, when he does rescues, when he lifts us up, when we see through difficult times and we come through praising God, it's a real testimony to God's power to keep, to God's power to save, God's power to help. And the singer says, how blessed, how happy is the man who puts his trust in God. And he will not be deflected from that. He doesn't listen to flattery. And then the singer goes on to praise the works of God. He says, so many of your works of God, I can't number how good you are. I can't quantify, God, just how good you are. And if I try and tell of them, I can't actually exhaust numbering them. There's so many, they're beyond number. And God, you haven't looked for sacrifice, you haven't looked for burnt offering. It's not what you're after. Remember, the Davidic tabernacle had a real emphasis on musical praise and worship, where the old tabernacle had an emphasis on blood sacrifice. And here in this Davidic temple, in this Davidic order, there's very much an emphasis on the word, on the song, on the prophetic, and not so much on the burnt offering. And he's then saying, look, I have come, it's written of me in the book. Jesus actually later on uses this as a prophetic reference when he says, it's written of me in the book. I delight to do your will, God. My delight is in doing what you want. Your law, your Torah, is written on my heart. Law is not a very good translation of that word Torah. It's your instruction, God, your formation. You have formed my heart. That's my life is actually trained and formed and put together by your will. And Lord, because of that, I have not kept back from declaring this. I'm not being quiet about what God is doing. I'm not hiding it. I'm not being personal and introverted. I want everyone to know, says the singer, just how good God is. I've declared it in the great congregation. I've made known your faithfulness and your rescue. I've not concealed your chesed love, your covenant grace and your truth from everybody. When we come and we experience God's goodness, it's worth telling about. It's worth not hiding it inside us. It's worth saying, the Lord is so good. He's lifted me up. He's set my feet on a rock. He's established my way. Let's share, let's tell the good things that God is doing in our lives. Have a good day.